if it's their first buy, especially if they're asking like $635. It's like stuff like that where, you know, in the majority of cases, people get taken advantage of. All right, next question. What is my skincare routine? I take the water and I rub it on my face in the morning. That's it. PP girth. About 350. How are you so beautiful then? I actually look like shit right now. I look terrible. I've got my quarantine hair, which is like the worst. It's so bad that like I refuse to even look at my hair, so I just wear a hat all the time. And I need to shave. I'll shave before Sunday's group buy reviews stream, where I spend 3 hours yelling at shit. What does your shirt look like? Your desk mat. I mean, this is fashion. This is actually meant to like look like it's abused, but the desk mat is legitimately abused. It's got holes in it, it's got stains. Like, I've washed it, but like there's only so much you can do in terms of washing it. The fuck are you hammering on a Friday? Jesus. The fucking neighbors. I have the worst luck. So yesterday when I was shooting my stabilizer lube review guide, right during my outro, the mosque starts praying because it's Ramadan and they just pray all the fucking time. So, and like I tried to edit it out in post and I just gave up. I'm like, fuck it, whatever. But today I've resolved a lot of the audio issues, which is super cool. I like it. All right, any more questions, boys? Before we get back into keyboards and memes? Sell Stains shirts as merch. I actually want to do a really cool shirt. Once, like, I have like a cool design in mind, and I'm gonna try and get it made and wear it. And no, not a sign. It won't have my face anywhere. It'll just be something like really cool that like maybe people will like. And if so, like I'll sell it as merch with like no markup. Simon face shirt. Okay, maybe. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, if I'm gonna do a Simon face shirt, I want it a very particular way. And the way that I want it is like you'll have a pocket, but then out of the top of the pocket, you can see my face peeking out. But the merch thingy that like I'm gonna use doesn't have a shirt with a pocket. So if they add one, then I will definitely do that. Like that's the only way I would ever put my face on a shirt, which is like pocket and then like Simon peeking out of the pocket. All right, so these are pretty much ready to go. We're gonna put them back in the cabinet. Go with another company. So I don't want to go with another company because they're all really expensive. So like the ones I'm going with, you can get like I'll be able to sell you shirts with like a 69 cent margin at like $19, whereas everywhere else is like $25 to $30 for one t-shirt. Fuck that. No, it doesn't fit. There we go. Really depends on the way that they. How long did I break my creams in for? 5 weeks. Or no, 4 weeks. My standard break-in period is about 4 weeks. How do you convince your coworkers to break in keyboards for you? I bamboozle them. I'm like, hey, I got a really cool keyboard. Do you want to use it for a little while? Because like they know that like my keyboards are fucking expensive and they'll never be able to like ever buy them. Well, they're able to, but they're not stupid enough to buy them. So I'll just be like, hey, you want to use this for a while? And they'll be like, yeah. And then they're happy because they get to use a nice keyboard for like 4 weeks. And then I get free labor to break in all the switches. And then 4 weeks later, I take it away from them and I'm like, haha, get fucked. Now they're smooth. Wait, where's... Yeah, I'm trying to do that. There we go. Oh, what happened to my RuneScape? There it is. Won't some switches be less broken in? Yes. So there's two ways of handling that. Reseals. No, we'll talk about this in a moment. This is my ultimate. Hey, thanks Andy for the follow. We'll talk about this in a sec. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, won't some switches be less broken in? Yes, and there's two ways of handling that. Way number one is either you desolder and resolder them back on after modding in the same exact orientation, so the smoother switches end up in the more pressed locations. Alternatively, you just extend your break-in period, which is why I do like 4 to 5 weeks. 4 to 5 weeks is enough. Like, it doesn't, like, obviously it's not going to rival like West German vintage broken in for 10 years, obviously, but depending on the housings, creams break in pretty fast, Gretex break in pretty fast. So like after 4 or 5 weeks, although like the total use across all the keys is not equal, you can pretty much put any switch anywhere. All right. So we're gonna clean this up a little bit. So this is my Duck Viper with the highest Omega Hippocampus Pepega switches that I have. You gonna focus? Yes. These are the smoothest switches I have ever made, by the way. Am I selling Duck Viper? Maybe. I really don't want to, because I'm not gonna get good value for it, because I paid a lot, and if anything, it's still worth the same thing. So I can't, like, I'll have to lose money essentially. All right, so these are Zeal housings. These are Zeal housings that have been broken in for 4 months. A few China guys looking. Also, this one is in really bad condition. I got this from an American guy. So like, it's completely beaten up. It's got like dents everywhere. And then like, you know, before I bought it, he was just like, yeah, it has a couple dings. And then I got it and I counted 47 dings. I'm like, yep, classic American. Never buying another keyboard from an American person again. The PCB next to the space switch looks surprised. It is surprised. Okay, so these are Zeal housings that have been broken in for... Why is your name Black Simon? I'm not black and my name's not Simon. I mean, my name is Simon, don't worry about it. It's a name that I came up with as my first RuneScape username in 2001. And I just stuck with it like, fuck it. It sounds cool. It's points, not coins, by the way. Okay, so 4-month break-in Zeal housings. Cherry-picked, old generation, Gateron yellow. So not the Gateron yellow you can buy now, the older generation that had the progressive type springs. So cherry-picked OG Gateron yellow springs. And then the stems are cherry-picked West German 1984 broken in stems. And they're stickered with orange stickers because memes. But they feel amazing. Simon killed and consumed the orange Simon. Yes, and of course they are lubed. They're lubed with 204. I don't like using 205 on clear housing. It's a little annoying. It's really hard to overlube. Really easy to overlube, pardon. All right, we're just gonna clean this up a little bit. I mean, it's just been sitting there doing nothing. I mean, it's fine. It's a wee bit dusty. The plate needs a little bit of cleaning. Yeah, it's let me just try and grab some dust. Yeah, you see that? That's dusty. Let me go grab some Q-tips. I will be right back. Unknown. That's what I have in my Singa. That's exactly what I have in my Singa. Wait, how do you know this? That's like my exact Singa setup. 1984 stems, 1988 housings, 55 gram KBD, 205 G0. The fuck? How? How are you me? I'm afraid. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, this was a long-term project. So, like, you know, long-term, I just wanted to build something ultra smooth. And it's just for me to enjoy, you know? I didn't, like, put a huge amount of effort. It just took a long amount of time. Like, the break-in took a long amount of time. And, you know, sourcing the parts took a long amount of time. But in the end, everybody that has ever touched this keyboard has told me the same thing, which is, this is literally the smoothest thing I've ever felt. Ooh, that's a wee bit dirty.